Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So I just filmed my last video, which is the makeup trends that I hope not to see in the next decade. The only reason I'm mentioning that is because I started this look and then I didn't finish it. So if any of you are hoping to see the finished one or how I got to this point, I'll try and link the other video along with this one so you can see like the sort of preparation and the beginnings of me creating this look, and this is kind of how it turned out in the end. I'm quite happy with it. This one eye is really bothering me, the way my eyeliner is like all weirdly not straight. But you know what? It is what it is. I like the shadow. I like how the shadow turned out. So, and I'm super excited that I'm almost done this lip product. It was in my one of my project pans and I'm using it right now. It's kind of a gloss. It's got a little bit of a tint to it and it's a little bit like, I guess, frosty, you might say, but not like overkill and not like metallic-y grossness. I have had this for so long and I love it. I don't even think they still make it. And I think it's a Canadian brand, so I don't know if you guys know about the brand Annabelle. I think it might be a Canadian brand. It's called Le Gloss Stick. That's literally the name of it. Le Gloss Stick. In 706 is the shade, and I'm so close. This is probably going to be in my first update of my project panning because this is literally all the way rolled up, guys. Like, even when I apply it now, I can feel like the ridges of like the tube that it's in because it's like not even up far enough to, yeah. Anyway, I'm really excited to almost have that done because I want to have some progress to show you guys for those of you following my project pans. Like, I took on a lot of project pans this year and I'm a little bit worried about it because I don't want you to tune into the updates and be like bored as hell being like there's no progress on any of these things. So I want to make sure that I've been really trying hard to make sure that I at least hit pan on like one. I'm trying to hit, obviously that's the goal of the project in general, but I want to try and at least hit pan for every single update on at least one thing or use up one thing so that it doesn't look like I'm not making any progress at all. So anyways, and also, yeah, I'm fully aware my hair is a giant mess. I kind of slept in it and I woke up and this is what it looks like, but I can't be bothered, so it is what it is. All right, let's get into the topic of the video today. Now, I gave this one a lot of thought. As you can see by the title, it's basically a what 10 items would I bring or would I want to have if I was stranded on a desert island. And this is kind of similar to like if I could only keep 10 things in my collection. Like, I know you guys have probably seen other people doing those videos, but I picked these ones specifically for if this is all the makeup I could ever have at my disposal on a desert island. I mean, it's kind of silly because it's like, why would you be wearing makeup if you were on a deserted island? But it's just for fun, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna go over my picks, and it was really hard to get it down to 10, honestly, because I'm including like not just makeup products, but like tools, like for application, like brushes and things like that too. So to try and get all of that down to just 10 things in total was incredibly difficult. I thought it'd be easier, but then it turned out to be quite a challenge. So let me start with my tools, I guess, that I would bring. So I would bring my beauty blender or some kind of a beauty blending sponge. My brushes and my beauty blender and stuff are really gross right now because I just used them to put on my makeup and I didn't clean them yet. But yeah, I swear by these sponges to do my foundation, and like without them, I would either need another brush or I would have to just use my hands to apply my foundation, which is not gonna work for me. Like, if I want to have like a nice look, I want to make sure that I have something to apply my foundation with. So this would be my first item on my 10 items. I wonder if I put it here. Oh no, you won't be able to see it. Wish I had like a little shelf that I could just put all my 10 items on, but I'll show them all in the end, I guess. So first one, this. Second thing I would bring is a shadow brush. So I picked this one because I don't have a lot of brushes in my collection to begin with, honestly, because I feel like for shadow brushes, like, the only difference is you can get some that are a little firmer, a little more like precise versus ones that are more fluffy. But I feel like if I could only pick one brush, firstly, I'm going to pick a double-ended one because like it's like taking two products instead of one. So that works. This one's got two kind of fluffy ends. One end is a little fluffier than the other, although you can't really tell that in when you're just looking at it. I'm trying to get the camera to focus. I'm not sure it's going to, but that's okay. It's just a Sephora brush. It came in one of my palettes actually, but it was actually a pretty good brush, and it's like my favorite brush to use for eyeshadows. So this would be my eyeshadow brush that I would bring with me, because I feel like I would like to have like a precise one for like the inner corner or like a lower lash line or stuff like that. Speaking of, I should have fixed this before I filmed. There's a little bit of fallout under this eye, whatever. Yeah, so I feel like I can still get a kind of a cool like smoky kind of look with like fluffy brushes, so that's what I would pick if I had to just pick one. So there's that. Then the last brush that I would bring is one to do like my blush and like my any kind of contouring or even bronzer if I wanted to do that. And that would be just this. It's not an expensive brush, it's an e.l.f. brush, but this is the brush I use for my blush and my bronzer and stuff like that. So those would be my three main tools, and unfortunately, because I have three different ones, I can't really I can't really use one of those for one of the other purposes. So that takes up 3 of my 10 spots already for my Deserted Island challenge. So it's gonna be hard now to get another few products in here without going over the 10. So let me go first into the first makeup product. So that would be this, the Brow Wiz by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And firstly, this is my favorite eyebrow product, but secondly, I chose this one in particular for the Deserted Island thing because it has like a built-in like spoolie, so it's kind of like getting another tool, like it's like getting another kind of a brush without having to add another one to the pile. So that would be my my next product. Next, I mean, I'm obviously going to need a mascara and an eyeliner. So I just picked my go-tos for the mascara. That's a Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. There's no real reasoning behind why I chose this particular mascara and this particular eyeliner. It's more just like I need one of each, and these are the ones I tend to use. So no like real logic behind this mascara over another mascara. I just wanted to have a mascara, you know what I mean? And same with the eyeliner. The eyeliner is just like a Revlon Color Stay one. It's not an expensive one, but okay, so we're getting down to the last few items that would be must-haves. Now this one's kind of, I'm very frustrated by this because I use 2 different foundations that I mix together to get the right color and consistency for my skin that I prefer. So that's annoying because that's going to count as 2 things. And I thought about just picking one of the 2, but I really don't like using just one of the 2 of these. These are the 2 that I mix together. One is a more expensive brand, Makeup Forever, and the other one is a drugstore brand, Rimmel. And I mix them together because I find this one's, well, I've done another video talking about the reason why I do this, but the textures and the colors of each of these individually just aren't really doing it for me, but when I mix them together, they're perfect. So unfortunately, after giving it a lot of thought, I decided if I was on a deserted island, it'd be worth it to just have both. Firstly, it would last longer, and foundation's kind of like, as the name suggests, it's kind of foundational to your makeup routine. So like, I feel like if I ran out of like an eyeshadow or something, like it's not the end of the world. I can still get some kind of a look using just foundation, mascara, and eyeliner kind of thing, you know what I mean? So it's good that I have extra if I'm on a deserted island. So that was one reason why I was like, all right, whatever, I'll just throw them both in there. It'll last longer. But unfortunately, that takes up 2 more spots. So that gets me down to the last 2 items. And you've probably noticed by now that I have some complexion products, I have eyebrows, I have a lot of tools, and I have a mascara and an eyeliner. But I haven't really gotten much else yet, and so this next choice might surprise you. This is a powder. It's my biggest pet peeve. Like, I know it's becoming like more popular to have like dewy skin or whatever, but I hate that look. I love my skin to be matte, like 100% matte, because I feel like it looks greasy when it gets like kind of oily in the middle. So wow, check that out. I just scratched my nose with my nail, and now I have a big line where my makeup came off. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna try and blend that back into place. Good thing I have my beauty blender right here. Wow, that still doesn't look that great, actually. That's very frustrating. Maybe I'll use the powder since I'm talking about it at this moment. Now it looks so cakey on my nose. Oh my gosh, I am so frustrated. I'm so frustrated. Whatever. I mean, it's fine. It looks worse in real life than it does on camera, and now my nose is like kind of really white and weird looking. I'll have to fix that after, but anyway. So yeah, the powder. That would be the next one I brought because I feel like then I can use it to kind of control the shine and stuff on my face, and I absolutely hate that. That's like my biggest pet peeve. So that would be the next thing. So I'm down to my last thing, and this was a very thought out choice because it's sort of multi-purpose, and I know a lot of people are going to be surprised by this one because it's definitely not, oh, that nose thing is going to bother me so much. Okay, whatever. Try and just ignore it. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be surprised by this because it's definitely not my favorite eyeshadow palette of all time. So you're going to be surprised. It's actually a holiday, Too Faced holiday palette from the, I think it was called the Grand Palais or something. It was like a holiday palette from a little while ago. And the reason for this, like, you're probably wondering why this and why not like the chocolate bar palette or something like that. That's like a little more, you know, popular, I guess, and I consider it a better palette. The reason I chose this one is because on the inside, as you can see, it's got a variety of shadows, but it's also got some highlighters at the bottom here, and a bronzer here, and like some blushes. That's the main reason I chose this palette out of all my palettes, of which one to bring on a deserted island, because I could use the shadows, obviously, for shadows, but I could do my contouring a little bit with this bronzer here. I have blush, so I don't have to bring a separate blush or a separate bronzer. I don't have to bring a separate highlighter, so this really serves the purpose of like at least four different products, like an eyeshadow, a bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter, all in one palette. So, and this is one of the only palettes I have that can be used in that way. Like, I don't have a whole lot of palettes where there's like blushes and bronzers and stuff included, and the ones I do have are like more drugstore brands. Like, this is the only, I guess, higher end brand and you know, palette that I really enjoy using that's also multi-purpose like that. Also, I do really like the shadows. I know they're mostly almost all shimmer, but there are a couple mattes in there. Like this black is a matte. There's a couple matte browns right there. But I actually prefer to work with shimmers. So I don't even mind that it's like almost entirely shimmers. That's kind of like a plus for me. So that is all 10 items. So just to like recap, so I've got three tools, the beauty blender and the two brushes, the shadow brush and the blush brush, I guess you could call it. Then I have the Brow Wiz, which comes with a spoolie on it, so that's kind of like another brush. Brow Wiz. I've got the two foundations. Unfortunately, it's like using two items for one purpose. I've got a powder, a setting powder, a mascara, an eyeliner, and then this palette for all of my powder needs, basically, aside from just the setting powder. All my other powder products all in one. Yeah, so that's kind of what I would take with me, or what I would like to have on a deserted island. That, I feel like this combination here is out of all of my collection, is going to be the most versatile, and it's going to be, these would be the products if I absolutely had to stick to just 10 products. I feel like I could create a reasonable look that's not going to look like I'm totally missing an entire aspect of my face using just these products. So I would love to see other people like give this challenge a go. So if you're watching this and you have a challenge, and you have a challenge. If you are watching this video and you have a channel, I would love it if you would try this challenge and maybe link the video in the comment section so I can find it later and go and see what your picks would be. Let me know what you think of my picks. Do you think there's anything here that I'm bringing that's totally unnecessary and, like, in your opinion, you would just like not bother? Or conversely, do you think there's anything that I didn't include here that would be a must-have, like you absolutely need to have it. Let me know, because maybe there's something I haven't thought of. A couple things that come to mind that I know some people are diehard fans of that I didn't include here is, number one, concealer. So I did not include a concealer, and that's because, honestly, unpopular opinion here, but I do use concealer like under my eyes, but I feel like it's one of those things where if I had to make a cut, like, it's just concealer, I feel like is not really that important. I feel like maybe just that's for me personally, because although I do get dark circles under my eyes, they're not like that insane of dark circles. Like I feel like I could just, the majority of the darkness is covered by my foundation anyway. So that's why I didn't include a concealer. I did not include a lip product, and that I think is going to be something a lot of people are going to point out, like, how could you not include a lip product? My reason for that, I don't really have a really good reason for that. I just kind of ran out of options, and I feel like that's kind of, I actually didn't even realize I didn't have a lip product until just now that I'm filming. Yeah, that's something that is kind of like an oversight. Maybe I would get rid of one of the foundations. I don't know, I just really don't like either of the foundations on their own. But I don't know, I also just don't have like a lot of lips. I have like really thin lips that are almost like non-existent. So I feel like maybe I could get away with not having a lip product. That being said, also, if I'm on a deserted island, let's get super realistic with this here, I'd probably have like dry as fuck lips. And everyone knows that when you put a lipstick over top of like crusty, like dried up lips, it looks absolutely terrible anyways. So not a super huge loss there. So yeah, those are two products I feel like people are gonna notice and be like, how could you not include that? But if there's another one that you're thinking of, definitely comment it below. Like and subscribe, that would be great. I'm trying to grow this channel. It's a brand new channel. I've never done YouTube before, so I don't know. Just giving it a shot. Maybe help me out. Help a sister out. Okay, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.